Hi friends, welcome to another edition of Quick Tip videos brought to you by dataplatformcentral.com. In this weekly edition, we are going to look into another Power BI Power Automate Quick Tip. The topic for discussion today is performing sentimental analysis on emails. This is one of the common scenarios where you will have feedback coming as emails coming from your customers, and the requirement would be to do some kind of sentimental analysis on these emails so as to generate the sentimental scores based on the data. So in this quick demo, we are going to see how we can make use of the Power BI and the Power Automate integration to ensure we capture the sentimental scores out of feedback emails sent by customers and use the sentimental scores to visualize inside our Power BI report. So let's go straight into the demo and see how we can implement this use case. For the demo, we have set up a test email to which we'll be sending the feedback emails. So once we have this email, we can send a test mail from one of the other emails with the subject as feedback. So this would be in actual case the feedback email from your customer, and we are having like a sample female a feedback string, like it's a good experience in this case. So you can have any type of text which will be the actual feedback that is given by the user. So once we send it, let's wait for the email to arrive in the inbox. We already can see a few other feedbacks that we have got before. So our new feedback will be coming to this email address. So let's wait for that. So what we have done is we have attached a flow to this email, so that for every feedback email which is coming to this email box, automatically the flow gets activated and the data will get added to a database, and we'll be using this data for applying the sentimental score algorithm, and we'll be generating the corresponding sentimental scores based on the feedback that is given by the user. So the email has now come. So now we can go and check the database which is set to receive these emails. So we have set it inside an Azure database for this demo, but in the actual case you can set it up to any of the data sources. So let's check the feedback data, and you can see that the data has now come. So any feedback emails which is coming to our email address will be picked up by the Power Automate flow and will be inserted into a table set up inside our database. Now let's go and check the flow that we have created for this purpose. So let's create a new flow which will help us in doing the same function. For this, let's first go to the new flow option, and we can select automated cloud flow. So in that automated cloud flow, we have to give our flow a good name. So in this case, we are going to do is like feedback capture mail, because that's going to capture the feedback, and we are going to make the flow based on an email. And because our email comes to a Gmail, we can select for the Gmail actions, and you will get a new action call when a new email arrives in Gmail. So you can click on create. Automatically the flow will get initialized with the Gmail task, and we have already set the connection to our corresponding email box. So if it's the first time that you are doing it, you have to add a new connection, and here you can give the permission to the required Gmail. So you can click on sign in. It will ask you to sign in, give your Gmail username and password, and you can connect to that. So in this case, because we have already created the connection, we are just connected to the connection. And one more thing to note here is that for corporate emails this works very well. For personal emails, that is the ones which are starting with @gmail.com, there are some restrictions. So it's clearly documented, you can refer to that. So in this case, I am using a corporate email. So now let's go to the advanced options. So if you see the advanced options, it has a few things like to, from, subject, importance, and things like that. So this, if you want to fill in, you can fill it to only look for few emails which are sent to a particular person or to a particular box, or it can be even restricted to only consider those emails which are coming from a recipient name and things like that. We are not going to add any logic here. Instead of that, we are going to use one more task after this, where we are going to look for a specific subject. So in this case, we are looking for those emails where we have feedback in the subject, to identify the emails which are having the feedback related information. So for that purpose, we are not going to change any of the other properties, click on the new step, and we are going to create a conditional flow. So what you can do is like you can have a conditional control flow. So you can select this task which provides us with the if else type of construct, where you have an S condition and a no condition. So here we have to specify a condition, and here if the condition falls to yes, the corresponding tasks inside will be executed. And this is almost self-explanatory. So here we need to check for the subject. So you can click here and you can see that there is a field called subject. So the one thing here we need to note is that because it's Power Automate comparisons are case sensitive, we will first convert it into uppercase and then we will compare it to the string, so as to make sure that even if the actual subject is coming in multiple cases, still it will compare to the value that we are trying to see. So we will select subject first, and on top of that, if you see there are expressions, so you can look for the function called toUpper, which can be used for converting to uppercase. So as the argument inside, you can pass, go to dynamic content, and you can pass the subject. So what will happen is that any value which is coming from the subject, it will first convert it into uppercase, and here we have to look for pattern match, not the actual match. So we will have to use contains, and we will check for feedback, because the subject can contain additional words also. Maybe it will have like customer feedback or feedback for such and such services, something like that. So we just need to look for feedback in this case. So based on your actual this is more like a POC that we are doing here, but in the actual case you can give your, based on your actual requirement, you can give the corresponding conditions. This will just show you the options that you can use. So now that we have included the condition, we will go to the S condition, and we are going to add the step here, which is going to add the feedback data to our database. So because our database is on Azure, we are going to select SQL Server. So it's the same connection that is used for SQL Server on premise as well as for the Azure. So we are going to, here we have multiple actions, we are going to insert the data. So we need to select the action insert row. So when you select that, automatically it will ask you to select the server, or again, because we have already created the connection, it will automatically select the connection. If not, we can create the new connection. So when you click on new connection, you can select whether it's an Azure or a SQL Server, and you can use different types of authentication. So if you want to use SQL authentication, you have to specify the server name, which is your Azure server name, the database where you want to connect to, username, password, and in case you are going to connect to a on-premise system, make sure you have a gateway which is installed, and you can automatically, it will identify the gateway and you can select it. So in this case we are not going to do that, because we have already created the connection to our Azure database. The connection that the details you enter here is exactly same as the connection details you enter in your SSMS, which is SQL Server Management Studio, or any client too. Just pass the server name that which is copied from your Azure portal, pass the database name, the username, the password and everything, and it will automatically get connected. So now we can just select it here based on what we have selected from the connection. So this server name comes from the connection details. Again, the database name will also come from the connection details, and when you click on it, you can show all the tables inside the database. We are going to put, you select the feedback data table, which is where we are going to store our feedback. So we have selected the table as well. Now we have different fields which are available inside the table. We need to map these fields from the incoming data. So when you click on it, automatically the dynamic content will get enabled, and you will get all the content which is coming from your email. So here, because it's message ID, we will set it to the ID of the message which is coming from the email. From will be set to the from, the to will be set to the to of the email, the subject will be set to the subject of the email, the body will be set to the actual body of the email, the received time will be set to the received date time column which is coming from the email. And for the attachment, in this case we don't have to set anything, because we are not specifically looking for anything related to attachment. Because if you set an attachment here, it needs to ensure that there is always an attachment coming from your email. If there is no attachment, it will not process the email. So in this case we don't have to set anything for the attachment, because we are only concerned about the actual body of the email. So now that you have set the flow, just click it to save, so that it will get saved, and automatically it will ask you to test it. So what you can do is like we can test it. So you can go back, and I think I have already another flow which is there on the same thing. So I will first disable that flow. So this was the earlier flow. I am going to disable this, and I am going to use this flow instead now. So if I go to edit and click on test, it will automatically start running this flow, and it will ask you to send an email. See, to see it work now, send a new email to your inbox. So I'll just go back to my main email box and I'm going to send a new mail to my, like, say test feedback 1, and I'm going to send like the experience was, I'm just going to send a random string, was bad, and I'm going to send it. And the moment it reaches your actual inbox to which you have placed the flow will automatically get executed. You can go back and keep on checking the flow. Once the email comes, you can see the flow running. So the email has come and the flow has also run. As you see, it's run successfully. You can check the individual steps. You can see that the row is now got inserted into your table. Now come back and check the table. So you can come back and check the table. You see one more email details here, which will be the email that we got currently with a bad experience. See, the experience was bad. The latest feedback has been captured inside your database. So now that you have captured the feedback inside the database, the next part of this is how we can use this data which is there in your database and apply sentimental analysis on top of it inside Power BI report, so as to show the result of the sentiment that is expressed by the user. So let's see how we can do that now. For seeing the second part in action, let's open a blank Power BI sheet and we are going to connect to the database. There we are storing the feedback information. So let's first connect to the Azure database, which is set up for capturing the feedback information. So let's click on SQL Server on top, or you can also do it from Get Data. This is a shortcut of directly connecting to the SQL Server connection. As specified earlier, you can use the normal SQL Server connection itself for connecting to the Azure database. So let's copy the name of the server from the Azure portal, and the database name is test XML imp, and we are going to connect to the database here. Once it comes up, you can see all the tables inside, and we are going to select the feedback data table, which is going to contain our feedback data. And as you see from the preview, you can see that all the feedback data has been captured. So now click on transformation data, because we are going to apply some transformation on top of this, so as to capture the sentimental scores corresponding to the feedback data. So one thing that you might have to notice here is that if you see the data, it's clear for that the data consists of lots of HTML tags, because it comes from inside a email. So we need to first get rid of this HTML tags before we apply sentimental scores on top of them. For this purpose, we are going to use a function that we are going to create inside Power Query. So let's first create the function and apply it to strip off these HTML tags from the email content. So we are going to add the function now. For this, go to new source, click on blank query, and you can go inside the advanced data and you can copy paste the function code. I'll be putting the link corresponding to this function in the description. You can refer to that to get the function. This is a commonly used function which can be used for stripping off the HTML tags from your email content. So now that we have got the function, we can click on done, and automatically the function will get created. So now that the function get created, we can now use this function, and we can first rename the function to strip HTML tags, and we are going to call this function inside our table. So go to our table which contains the feedback data, and there is a column called body which contains the actual body. We are going to apply the function on top of that. So for that, we go to add column, and there is an option called invoke custom function. Click on invoke custom function, and automatically it will give you the pop-up window where we are going to select stripped HTML data, and we are going to point it to the function that you have created. And for that argument, we'll be passing the body argument. So when you click on this, you will get a new column with a stripped one. As you see, it will only contain the actual data within the email, and it will not contain any of those HTML tags. So once this is done, we can apply sentimental scores on top of this. For this purpose, select the stripped column, and there is a option called text analytics under AI insights. You should click on text analytics. So once the text analytics options comes, you can see the score sentiment option inside that. Select that, and for the text, select the stripped HTML data field itself and click on OK. It will automatically try to calculate the sentimental scores based on the text, and it will give you in a new column. So it has automatically calculated the score sentiments based on the feedback. As you see, like for the best feedbacks, it will give a higher value. Like it was awesome. You can see that it's giving something around 0.99. It's very close to 1. So the value will be a value between 0 and the 1, where 1 represents the highest or the best feedback, 0 represents the worst feedback. And as you see, excellent will get 95, okay was like 94, disappointing is like 0.09, which is very less. It was really bad is 0.07. So as you see, the value that you get corresponds to the feedback that is given by the user. For good feedbacks it will get good values, and for bad feedbacks it will get correspondingly bad values. So once you have these values generated, you can now apply it and come back to your visuals, and you can use it for any of your visuals. Once the model is loaded, you can use this for generating the weighted average. So the model is now loaded here. You can see that the sentimental score sentiment will come as a part of it. So if you try to put it inside a table, you can see that. So you can see that this was the body and this was the sentimental score corresponding to that. If you want to represent it in a percentage, or if you want to maybe calculate a rank based on that, all these things can be. Hope you found this quick demo useful in understanding how you can apply sentiment analysis based on the feedback that you are getting over an email. The solution basically uses an integration between a Power Automate flow, which will capture the feedback onto a database or onto any destination of your choice, and then you can use a Power BI visual to use the data as a source and apply sentimental scores on top of it. As usual, keep sending your feedback and comments. Feel free to follow my channel for getting useful tips like this, and click on bell icon to get the notifications. Thank you all, thanks for your time, and meet you soon with another useful quick tip.